take advantage of the new year without resorting to using resolutions? That's exactly what we're talking about today on Mindful Manifesting. This is Ariana Rollins. I'm so glad you're here. But before we jump into the podcast episode, if you'd like more information on how to do the new year without limits and sidestepping resolution rescue, well, there's an actual full training and an exercise, like a guide that you can get. And I'll link to the show notes for you. Today's episode is going to highlight some of those pieces, and this is one of my favorite things to do on January 1st. Okay, let's dive in. So we know resolutions aren't successful for a lot of people, and health clubs know this. They will oversell in January because they know people won't follow through. And I'm not on about like doom and gloom, that, we're never going to achieve our New Year's resolutions. But there is a reason why, and I want to discuss that. And I want to talk about doing it in a way that's unique and fresh, and it completes the prior year. So we are open and excited and present in the moment to embrace what the next year has to provide for us. So why they aren't successful is usually people overintend and they're not aware that something has a high perceived difficulty, and they lean on this notion of New Year's Day, I can do it, and all this hopeful energy floods in when we're completing a prior year, especially if the year has been challenging. So they can overintend, and I will tell you, I've been a master of overintending. I am getting much better at it. But a part of me, whenever I do the wish list, future possibilities process, which is in the Mindful Achiever book that I wrote, or whenever I do a planning session with my team or with my business bestie, I'm full of vim and vigor. I'm super excited about teaching a particular webinar and an upcoming program that I'm going to be launching. And all I see is, I've got the slides completed. I'm ready to teach that. But I don't see all the detail of what it takes to actually put that out there. The opt-in page, the thank you page, the autoresponder to remind people of the date, the setting up the webinar day and time, and the sequence of emails after to encourage them to enroll in a program or here's the replay. So I would say I estimate 10 to 20% of the effort required to fully implement something. I had that experience with writing the book too. So I think that's a big reason why people are not successful with resolutions. They don't really know what it's going to take. They have not analyzed it. So, for example, one of the things that I love about the Dr. Joe meditation, especially the one that I first started with and many years ago now, Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself. Isn't that just the best title? It's so good, so good. Wish I could have read a book like that. And in this meditation, I do highly recommend this one if you are interested, is he has you identify those habits and behaviors that are dragging you down, that there's something you want to change, you want to let go of, you want to embrace a new way of being. Well, he also, at that point, has you rehearse how you're going to handle it when you have that urge to have chocolate, after your dinner or something. And he has you exercise new options. So instead of going for the chocolate after dinner, you say, hey, honey, you want to go for a walk? Or, you know what? I think I'm going to do that yoga class. I've got it recorded. Or, hey, I'm going to go read a book for just a few minutes. Or something else. So it's something that you look forward to, you enjoy, and what you're doing is you're putting a stop and a redirect on that behavior. kind of like train a dog. And because dogs do so much better instead of them picking a job they're going to do, which is like barking when anybody rings the doorbell, is that you redirect them to a different behavior that you've chosen. Left to their own devices, they're going to bark, they're going to do whatever they want. The same with our body. Remember, our body, as the storehouse of the unconscious mind, needs training. It needs discipline. It needs management. So a lot of what I teach in the highest potential program is us managing our body and getting it to a successful, harmonious relationship between our conscious mind and our unconscious mind. So we follow through on what we say we want to do. We follow through on what we want to accomplish. So I think that's a big thing with resolutions is we underestimate the amount of work, and we underestimate the discipline and the determination that it's going to take. So we're kind of on a high, We're on a high, like New Year's Day, I've got 365 days. Brand new, blank slate. What am I going to do with it? Well, we know that most of our lives are probably 95% full already. What are you going to do with those 365 days? Likely what you've done with the previous 365 days. Not to be a Debbie Downer, but it's just momentum. It's just our lives are full. So we have to consciously make space. We have to bring some consciousness to our planning in a way that makes it celebratory on what we've gone through the year before and realistic and reasonable for what we want to experience. I really like that. Yes, I use the word achieve a lot, but experience, isn't that great? There's a whole lot less pressure than achieve. Experience. Okay, great. Are you ready? So I'm going to go through, there are how many questions? 9. There's 9 steps to this New Year, No Limits, Resolution Rescue. By the way, just a little backstory. This exercise started when my son was 9 years old. He is now 27. Oh my goodness, I've been doing this almost 18 years. And remember, it was New Year's Eve, and he and I were hanging out. I think made popcorn, watching a movie. And he said, Mom, I didn't achieve much this year. I didn't really accomplish anything. And I said, really? And I was kind of tilting my head like a dog will do. I said, why don't we just write down some of the things that you experienced, some of the things you learned, and how you grew? He said, oh, okay. So we did. And I think we completed 1 full page, if not 2. And he said, wow, I thought I did nothing over this year. It really helped fortify him because he was beating himself up. Maybe you do too. Maybe you beat yourself up for not utilizing those 365 days that everybody has, same amount of time. So from that moment on, I was like, what if we look at this next year? What would you like to be celebrating at the end of the year? That's how this whole exercise started. I'll thank my son for it. And I've been doing it pretty regularly, if not every January 1st. And I guess 9 years ago, I invited other people to do it with me. So as I mentioned at the beginning, if you would like access to the recording of a class that I've taught on how to do this full exercise, I'll put the link in the show notes and you'll get the form, the guide too. All right, let's dive in. Okay, so preparatory questions to get you in the flow. Now, get you into the flow of reflection, okay? Number 1, what parts of your life did you find the most joy from this year? I love this question. This was not originally in this, but I added it last year and it feels so good. I started to play with it already. I've started to fill my form out even before I'm teaching the class tomorrow. What parts of your life did you find the most joy from this year? My number 1 was playing ball with my dog. I don't know why, but I just grin ear to ear when he runs like a little zoomy dog and gets the ball. And I had a wonderful Thanksgiving with one of my very good friends, Rihanna. I went on an adventure to Stablewood Springs with my son, horseback riding, coffee, dinners, and then I had a friend come in from Colorado Springs. On and on. I won't share all my details. But those are the ones that like rose like cream to the top of the milk. What parts of your life did you find the most joy from this year? 2, what parts of your life dragged you down? Well, my dog again, because don't dogs and our pets teach us lessons, patience, like that. Robbie pulling and barking at people, and spending too much time on revising the book, Mindful Achiever. There's others, but I won't share them with you just because I want you to start answering these questions. I want to give you some examples. 3, what did you avoid doing this year? Oh, number 1, you ready for this? Planning and sticking to a plan. There's lots of reasons why I don't like to really stick to a plan. I don't mind making them now. And I'm going to get better next year to sticking to them because I figured out something that works for me is picking the top 3 intentions for the day and focusing on those no matter what before I start playing with everything else. Let's see. Reining myself back in with a team member. He's so amazing and so responsive. He'll just be helpful at whatever I need. And sometimes I needed someone to say, hey, Ariana, does that make sense? Given everything else you're doing right now, should we really do that? So reining myself back in. It's like, oh my gosh, because, you paid a team member. All right, 4, what do you wish you had done more of or less of? Play. My spiritual studies. I found myself focusing so much more in the material world this last year. Consistent dog leash training. Yes, the dog's there again. And then what did I want to do less of? TV. I noticed I was watching these Netflix series and I was watching 3 or 4 episodes a night. What? So I'm watching that now. No more. Am I going to do that much? Okay, so number 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. Prep questions to get you in the flow. I got to renumber this. So that was all number 1. Prepping. Okay, number 2. Record your victories, your wins, your growth, your accomplishments. What did you accomplish? How did you grow? What did you learn in 2023? What positive changes happened despite challenges? Record all your big and small successes. Well, I finished the Mindful Achiever. I got it on Amazon. I got the print book done and the EPUB done. Oh, that was not a labor of love. Let me tell you, 5 years in the making. Let's see. I learned I can do a lot on my own without a beloved team member who had to go to other projects and didn't have time to work with me. That was a big one. I get attached to people. I just love my team. And another one was the podcast growth. Thank you, everyone, for making this possible. Over 2,200 downloads monthly. That's so cool. I know that's small fry for some other podcasters, but I'm excited. Oh my gosh, 2,200 people listened? What? I'm so excited. Okay, I won't share any more on that. 3, celebrate your successful completions. So this is really cool. I love this because you're giving feedback to your unconscious mind. You're saying, thank you for the support. I would like more successes like that. And this is a statement that you can use if it feels right for you as you write down all your wins. You imagine that success, that event surrounded with a ball of white light. Place it in the center of your chest, right above your heart, and say, thank you for this success or experience. I would like to experience more fulfillment like this in the future. Please make this happen in ways for the highest good of me and of all involved. You might think, gosh, that's a lot of words. But guess what? We are, in this exercise, creating harmony. We are giving appreciation to our unconscious mind. Everybody thrives on appreciation. Your husband, your wife, your child, your dog, your best friend, we all thrive on appreciation. So when we give appreciation to the part of us that's the doing part, remember, 5%, our conscious mind, is responsible for what we get done in a day. 95% is the body, the unconscious mind. So, do you think it should be appreciated? Oh, yeah. So, celebrate your successful completions and use that statement if you like. 4, review anything left undone, any carryovers from 2023. This, I will say, I'm very proud of myself. I think there were only about 10 that I'd hoped to accomplish but didn't yet complete. Normally, this list is big, so I am learning. So let's see. One of the things that I did not set up, and I didn't realize it until today, the proper setup of the book on Amazon. I didn't realize it didn't have sample pages there for the Kindle and preview the book. I have to figure out how to do that. The recording of the Audible version of Mindful Achiever. I won't go into more detail here, but you get the idea. So now we've got these things, these lingering, oh, I really wish I did it in 2023. Make a tick mark by each item left over from 2023 that's still important for you to accomplish. The other things you let go. This is one of the things I really love. Step 5, release unfinished projects and intentions from 2023 and recapture the energy that you have infused in that project so you can apply it to your life today to be more present. So the way I do it is I review each item that I didn't finish that's no longer important to carry forward, and I imagine placing the project in my hand and I blow it away saying, thank you for this experience. I choose to not complete this project and request that all my energies be returned to me now, doing so in ways that are for the highest and best good of me and of all involved. So I will do that for the ones that I'm not carrying forward. Isn't this fun? I don't know. I just feel so present when I'm able to let things go consciously. 6, what support will help you follow through to fulfill your intentions? Now, reflect back on 2023. Think about any new habits you put in place or support that empowered you to be focused and present. Following through. Record anything you'd like to continue with, perhaps identify the support you need to put in place to make 2024 a year you'll cherish. Maybe a mindset coach. Maybe, one of the things that I was so diligent is twice a week I did pranic breathwork yoga. That really helped me so much. So that's something I want. That's a great support. So what supports do you need? Either new ones or continuing. For me, it was lifting weights 3 times a week. And it's like, wow, I did that consistently. Felt so good, so strong. Okay, now let me get to the other page. All right, last page. And I haven't filled this out yet. 7. Now the fun part. Look at the next 365 days in front of you like a blank canvas. What would you like to celebrate at the end of 2024? What will you have accomplished? What experiences will fulfill you? Record your big and small dreams here. Don't sell yourself short. Dream big and make sure you include the things you didn't yet complete. From, I think it's box number 4. Anything left over, carryovers from 2023. So you'll put them there. This is the fun part for most people, is because they've got this expansive mindset. They've got this full year. But what I'd like you to do, and we are going to rescue ourselves from resolutions. Let's not overintend, okay? Let's be reasonable, realistic, and put the things there that will make a difference in your life. Maybe things you've been putting off, changes you want to make, things you want to accomplish. And please don't do what some business coaches that I've had is, what kind of income do you want next year? I was like, what? I just pick a number out of the sky? Yeah. I was like, no, that does not feel aligned for me. Picking a number out of the sky. It's got to be based on something from my past. Maybe I project 10, 20% increase. But unfortunately, there's a lot of that achieve near impossible without a foundation in place, and I don't subscribe to that. Yes, you can achieve the near impossible, especially with the highest potential program, but you got to be committed to it, and it has to be or feel, let me say that, feel realistic, which means, hey, this might be a good tip to put in here. You can imagine yourself stepping into it. You can imagine yourself experiencing that success, and you can hold it for 15 seconds or longer without getting distracted. Powerful, right? Well, then you know it's realistic, reasonable, but most importantly, your unconscious mind can help you maintain the focus because it did it for those 15 seconds. There's some congruence, some alignment. Okay, so that's the look at the next 365 days and what would you like to celebrate at the end of the year? And then 8, prioritize those wishes and intentions. Intuitively sense the fulfillment rating of each item on your list. Select a number on a scale of 1 to 10, where 10 is the highest priority, which fills you with so much fulfillment. A 1 rating would mean it's not essential to get done right now. Record the ratings in the left-hand margin on box number 7. So, this can be kind of hard, I will say. If you can start to notice that you have to complete this before that, so let's say somebody is starting to write a book. They've got to finish the first draft. Then they've got to get it edited. Then they got the book cover. And then, they've got to get the formalized layout, on and on. So if you start to notice those, like rungs on a ladder, then you could start with number 1, write the first draft. So if you can you start to see that certain things will naturally come before other things? Another one could be you want to grow a garden. Well, if you're in the northern hemisphere, you're not going to grow the garden in January. So maybe you put that, priority 4. You're going to work on it when you get to March or April. Maybe you can play on in prep, or do what I've been doing is I discovered the power and the ease and simplicity of Aero Garden. It's a small little hydroponic garden that I've got in my kitchen. And I was so excited. I asked for another one for Christmas. And so I've got 2 growing with lettuce and arugula. And I tell you, the first time I tasted the arugula that came out of that, it melted in my mouth. I've never tasted anything so delicate and so vibrant. I was like, now I know why people love growing their own gardens. Okay, sidetracked again. Okay, so now we've done 8, okay? Right. So you're rating the priority. 10 is highest priority, fills you with so much fulfillment, timing's right. A 1 would mean it's not essential to get it done right now. Record the ratings on the left-hand side. Number 9, great job. Now anchor your intentions in your unconscious mind. Surround each of your top 3 intentions individually with a ball of white light and place it in the center of your chest, right above your heart, while saying the following request. This is where you're requesting the help of your unconscious mind. This is just magic to help you follow through and get it done. And this is the statement. This is an example of what I'd like to experience in 2023 with the right timing and right action. Please make this unfold in ways that are the highest good of me and of all involved. Typo there on the form in 2024. Wow, gosh, that was fun. I hope you enjoyed this episode. And again, if you'd like access to the full training and the form, the link is in the show notes. And let me know how I can support you over the year. I'd love to have a conversation with you, and you can book an Unstoppable Success discovery call. So much love. Thanks for listening, and happy